thousands of people are stalked online every year.
These stories can sound outlandish, but actually that is just how these stalking campaigns work.
We've been investigating one online stalker.
Only me. I hate doing videos.
She posted thousands of abusive messages.
Was it tough when you found me all of this?
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Told malicious lies.
I didn't want to do anything after that. But I have to carry on.
And ruined lives.
I've got a successful business and I have run the business for 20 years, but I've let this happen to me. Sorry.
Are you ready for the first speaker?
This is the story of how a chance encounter can ruin your life.
And the UK's #1 motivational business speaker. You're going to love him. Please welcome to the stage, Brad Burton.
Brad Burton's a motivational speaker. He ran a network supporting many hundreds of small businesses.
If you imagine that your brain is a hard drive, what I want you to do is I want you to load these words, wipe all that stuff off. Wipe it off, all the negativity.
6 years ago, he was hosting a workshop at Aston Villa Football Club.
Is there anyone who wants to come tonight that hasn't got a ticket yet? If you have, put your hand up. Okay, over there, Mike.
In the audience was a businesswoman Brad had never met before, a social media consultant called Samantha Wall. One of Brad's friends was sitting in front of her.
She loved it. She was on the same table as me, and she was promoting the event right throughout the day about how good it was and, you know, how great Brad was on the stage. So, yeah, she enjoyed it.
Now, let me explain something. Imagine if you had a big pile of envelopes, right?
Sam Wall agreed to record a testimonial afterwards.
I cannot believe you're doing this. Okay. Hi.
Just how did you find it?
Today was absolutely inspirational. Amazing. I can't say any more than that. Just incredible. Get down to the next one, guys. August. Can't remember. I think it's the 11th. August. Was that too much?
She also had her photo taken with the star speaker. It's the only time Brad ever met her.
Literally 30 seconds. Hiya, lovely to meet you. Can we have a selfie? Of course. Boom, boom, boom. That was it. So there was no conversation.
Is there anything remarkable about it?
No, nothing. There was nothing. Just one of thousands of people I must have met over the years.
2 years passed. Then the Manchester businesswoman started posting about Brad online. She falsely claimed he was using his business network to destroy her. Day after day, she posted messages accusing Brad of things he hadn't done.
He's poisoned my cat. He's giving me death threats every day. He's threatening me. He's put my windows through. He's slashed me tyre. What?
Brad had no idea why he was being targeted, but the messages kept coming. He went to a solicitor and was advised to send a cease and desist letter.
She put it on social media, across all platforms, and she said, he can sue me, I don't have a penny, so he can do what he wants. She was painting a picture that somewhere along the way that I had done all these things and I was trying to cover it up. And, you know, how do you prove a negative? How do you prove a negative? That I'd not poisoned the cat? And it was like, social media, the way it works, is guilty until proven innocent.
The last 12 months has been tough. Tough for everyone. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, on every level it's been tough.
Brad reported the abusive messages to the social media companies, but they didn't stop. Sam Wall posted to her more than 30,000 followers on LinkedIn, the very platform Brad relied on to promote his work.
Some of the messages on here are incredibly detailed. This one is more than 20,000 words long. Sam Wall describes Brad as a psychopath who controls and threatens, and she falsely claims he's been stalking her for nearly 10 years.
Alan Price knew it couldn't be true because he'd introduced them for the first time at the workshop 2 years earlier.
It's a fantasy, she's in fantasy land. But I'm looking at her thinking, she actually believes what she's saying here, you know, and every night there seemed to be another essay written on LinkedIn or Twitter or wherever it be, just thousands of words. It's going to put a strain, and what he was worried about is how she's affecting business now as well, you know, because he earns his living being a motivational speaker.
You think about towns like here, you were in every town basically in Britain.
Brad's business support network used to cover the UK.
I would drive from my house, Somerset, and I remember going to Leeds, and every single motorway junction had a phone networking meeting, so there was a real sense of pride there.
But the pandemic hit his business hard. He says Sam Wall helped finish it off.
I think that's what I've learned throughout all this process, that things change.
The online stalking affected his family life too.
My wife said to me that one of my children had asked, is Dad going to jail? So now you're having to have a conversation to say, no, Dad's not going to jail.
Was it tough when you found all of this?
Of course it was. Of course it was.
So I've got a very special guest by the name of Sam Wall. We're actually going to be talking about stalking.
Back in Manchester, Sam Wall was telling a very different story about Brad. She even went on a podcast that has since been taken down.
I was coerced into a network, and things became more and more clear that the person that coerced me into the network, who ran the network, was one of the primary persecutors. And unfortunately, he's out there saying he's not guilty. I know he's done it to others. I think social media stoked it for him and become his hunting ground.
Brad was being publicly vilified. But he wasn't Sam Wall's only target.
City Airport, please.
Yeah, no problem.
This is Naomi Timperley, seen here in an ad for accounting software.
All right?
Yeah. Am I allowed to get out?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Naomi's also a victim of Sam Wall.
I just feel numb about it all. I'm still really anxious. Sometimes I get really sad. It's just been hideous, really hideous, and I don't know why it happened. I came across her on Twitter, actually. I used to follow her. We were connected on LinkedIn. I've only physically met her twice, and when I say met, not formally met, I've seen her at 2 events.
Naomi's never had a conversation with Sam Wall. But in 2021, Naomi messaged her, saying she should stop criticising people online. That was enough.
Just the weirdest things. Accusing me of stalking her, that's been her narrative. Accusing me of all sorts of different things. Gang stalking, apparently I slashed her tyres, criminal damage on a property, losing a business, the list just goes on.
Were any of those accusations true?
No. No, this is somebody that I don't personally know.
Once again, the torrent of abuse came out of nowhere and made no sense.
I've been personally attacked on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook and accused of really vile things. And because it's had such an impact on me, it's also had an impact on my family. So my kids were scared, even my husband was scared. I don't know that she isn't going to turn up on my front door.
It's a crime that can affect anyone at any time.
If you look at the big picture, there are 600,000 reports to the police around cyberstalking and online harassment every year. These stories can sound outlandish, but actually that is just how cyberstalking works. That's how these stalking campaigns work.
Online, I was being trolled, I was getting emails, death threats, and all sorts of things. What happens is you don't actually realise that this is all connected.
We've spoken to other victims of Sam Wall who don't want to be filmed. They've also been stalked online and accused of crimes they haven't committed.
This message is from a man we're not identifying. He says that Sam Wall stalked him for 10 years. She used to turn up at his work, falsely claiming to be his wife and telling people he had beaten her up.
He says Sam Wall sent thousands of texts and that 10,000-word emails were sent to his friends and business contacts. Another Manchester victim has agreed to go on camera. She was also stalked across 10 years by Sam Wall.
It was 2014, 2015, around that time. And I used Sam to do some freelance social media posting and scheduling for me for one of my clients.
Justine Wright only employed Sam Wall for a short time. When she left, the cyberstalking began.
I would wake up in the morning and there would be 20 posts all made that previous evening. It was a feeling of dread every morning, what was going to have appeared the previous night. I was scared that people would believe what was being posted because I'd never experienced anything like it before.
Justine's a marketing consultant for some big companies. Sam Wall repeatedly targeted the companies with false claims about Justine. Justine had never met Brad, but was accused by Sam Wall of conspiring with him to poison her cat.
Ridiculous things like poison a cat, put tracking devices on her laptop, been into her home. It's just stuff of fairy tales. There just wasn't 1 ounce of anything that made any sense. I can remember the feeling that I had of just sheer fear, terror, what was happening. She's still there, she's still thinking about me.
In April 2021, Justine also turned to a solicitor for help.
This is a copy of the cease and desist letter that we sent to her. And then the day after she received that, this was the post on Twitter. So, solicitor's letters in caps, looks like I'm off to court. I'm not apologising, it's off to court.
And when you saw that, what did you think?
I was just speechless. There's no hope that this is going to stop. She doesn't care. Nothing's going to stop her.
I think for a lot of people, it'll be surprising that she's using her own name. It'll be surprising that has multiple stalking victims and is moving from person to person. For us, that's not surprising at all. It's a horrendous case, and she will be causing harm to lots of people and changing their lives. But this is happening to hundreds of thousands of people every year.
After more than a year of online abuse, Brad reported Sam Wall to the police in July 2022. 2 months later, Naomi did the same. Sam Wall was arrested, but the posts just got more extreme. She falsely claimed that Brad and Naomi had been arrested for stalking her, and that Brad had been jailed. Brad posted a dated video of himself to prove he wasn't in prison.
Sunday Times. See that? Zoom in April the 9th.
Sam Wall then invented a news story to explain it away. Brad had an identical twin brother.
Sam Wall claimed the twin brother was busy taking photos and appearing at conferences to hide the fact that Brad was in jail. Here she says, 1 psychopath targeting me is bad enough, but 2 is insane.
She was telling everybody that Brad Burton's in jail, but I was actually out in Burnham-on-Sea in Somerset having a curry with him. Then she seemed to double down on it, on the fact that he is in jail. It's his twin brother that's out with me. And there was nothing different about Brad. As far as I know, he hasn't got a twin brother.
Almost a year after Brad first reported Sam Wall to the police, her abusive posts were still appearing. So he made a 400-mile round trip to see Greater Manchester Police.
Heard nothing, people are not returning my calls, and I'm waiting to see somebody who can perhaps give me some answers. You know, I'm a victim in all this, and that's the thing that it's easy to forget. You know, this is not, if you was living this every single day, you'd understand. Like, you know, if it was being handled, fine, but the crimes are being committed every single day against me. Not fine. So that's why we're here. Cheers.
It's a crime that's rarely successfully prosecuted. Less than 2% of stalking and harassment cases end in a conviction. A major review last year found a lack of understanding of the crime and evidence of the police failing to take it seriously.
So few of these cases actually end up with an investigation. And when an investigation does happen, the technology element can mean it takes years to get to the point where the evidence has been looked at. So the outcomes are just really poor in this area.
Greater Manchester Police told us they understand the impact of stalking, and the distress it causes. They say they were able to get positive outcomes for more than 3,000 victims last year, and that delays in the wider criminal justice system affected the Sam Wall case. In July 2023, Sam Wall was finally charged with stalking Brad and Naomi.
I have the greatest respect for Naomi and Brad because they did do something about it and I didn't. I can only do what's right for me, and that felt right for me to not engage and not pursue. But is that a sign of weakness? Yeah, I've got a successful business and I have run the business for 20 years, but I've let this happen to me. Sorry.
We only hear about the high-profile people, the celebrities, but most of the harassment, most of the threats are coming to people, ordinary members of the public, who literally do not know what to do.
Despite the criminal charges, Sam Wall kept posting.
Only me. I hate doing videos, so this is like, whoa.
Still falsely claiming she was the one being harassed.
I'm just taking a little bit of time to kind of come to terms with things because it's just a lot. I've been through a lot, because I might cry. But apart from that, I'm good because I've got some really good friends around me. And I'm on my way to yoga.
It's not just the police who may be failing victims. Despite repeated requests, the social media companies didn't take down Sam Wall's messages.
I have complained to lots of the platforms. I've complained about lots of posts. Other people have complained on my behalf about lots of the posts. Have they been removed? No.
Which companies?
Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter.
They decide what should be taken down. They decide when it should be taken down, how it should be taken down, and they will say, when you ask them, they say, we comply with the law.
Posts are up there across all the platforms. Does that surprise you?
Not even remotely surprised at that. Not even remotely surprised, unfortunately.
LinkedIn told us they can't comment on individual users, but they don't allow bullying or harassment directed at other members and will take action on anything that violates their policies. Twitter, now known as X, Instagram and Facebook didn't respond. The new Online Safety Act promises greater protections for stalking victims. But some experts say it's unlikely to stop behaviour like Sam Wall's.
I think mindfulness is really important, and it's never been so important for me as now.
Sam Wall didn't respond to our questions. Last November, she pleaded guilty to stalking and sending false messages. But her abusive posts still weren't taken down, even though Panorama told the social media companies about her conviction.
I feel sorry for her, but in the same breath, I'm also incredibly angry. Because for a very small part of my life, she's ruined my life.
You haven't been able to sleep at night sometimes?
Yeah, I've had sleepless nights. I've had some times when I didn't want to get out of bed. And actually, when after the court thing, I thought I would have some sense of relief, and I didn't. And I didn't want to do anything after that. I have to carry on.
It's January, and Naomi's hoping that today will be the day it all finally stops. She's going to see Sam Wall sentenced at Crown Court in Manchester.
How do you feel today?
Nervous, very nervous. I feel sick, if you want the honest answer.
It's been some time to get to this point, hasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I just want today to be over and then I can get some kind of closure.
But that hope disappears after Sam Wall arrives at court. The sentencing is delayed because the judge wants a psychiatric report.
It's very difficult seeing Justine because she's devastated. She's probably more nervous than I was. Shock, disbelief. Just want it over. Just want it over. I don't have that yet.
The advice to victims of online stalking is basic. Don't engage, keep records, and report it to the police. But the people in this program did that, and the abuse still carried on for years.
I don't think the police understand this crime. It just carried on, despite what happened, despite her being arrested and breaking bail and being warned that she couldn't do what she was doing, she just carried on.
Sam Wall's sentencing has been delayed again, but the judge has told her to expect a prison sentence. Her legal team said the psychiatric report shows she has a chronic delusional mental health illness. Last week, she posted another abusive message about Brad.
She's made lots of people's lives pretty damn awful for a very long time. And people that just don't, deserve it.
I forgive her. I forgive her. I forgive her. And I hope that she gets the help that she needs and that she finds peace in her own life.
Every day, thousands of people are targeted online. The social media companies don't seem to care, and the police can take years to stop it.